Hello everyone, Sukinode here with a Street Fighter 6 video for you that was actually a bit of a surprise even for me. I hope you guys have been doing well out there, taking care of yourselves, and thank you for joining me for another video. Um, this is the Mai Shiranui, or Shiranu, how, depending on how you want to pronounce it, gameplay trailer. I am also surprised that I am making this video because I was, for the longest time, from the moment they showed Mai as a character along with Terry, was like, I don't give a fuck about Terry or Mai. So the game doesn't have anything for me until Elena comes out. And then I watched the gameplay trailer, and I was like, oh, maybe Corrigan had a point. Shout out to you there, Corrigan. Maybe you were right. Because I started looking at what she was doing, and I was like, this actually looks fun and interesting, to be fair. So we're gonna watch through the whole video clean with no commentary from me, and then I'm just gonna with what little observational skill I have, I'm going to basically kind of explain what has been catching my eye about what she's doing. I was not expecting to see this gameplay trailer and go, oh, I might be playing Mai. Also, I have not watched any other gameplay trailers. I say gameplay trailers. I haven't watched any other content creators videos on this gameplay. I've seen nothing. The only thing I have seen are thumbnails. Like I saw Idom's thumbnail saying that she might be his new character. You know, he might be maining Mai. And I saw Brian F's, and I saw another content creators. I saw Roofromongers, and I saw Justin Wong's. Like, just their thumbnails. I didn't watch the videos. I didn't look at anything that was in the videos. So this is my clean first impression on explaining what I saw in the video. Even though it's my second time watching it, it'll be me telling you without anyone else's thoughts on the matter. So let's go ahead and get started. I will timestamp if you want to just skip to me like looking at her kit and what I think is going to be happening. All of this is on paper until we get actual frame data and stuff like that. So it's just what looks interesting, what looks good, what looks strong, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hey everyone! Get ready to feast your eyes on the strongest Shiranui fighter around! Yo! Nipponichi! Show me what you have! I'm not gonna lose. Stay down! Really now? You shouldn't keep a girl waiting. Watch your head! Are you surprised of the Shiranui? Of the Shiranui! Hello there! As predicted. My turn. Feast your eyes. Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Hey, what are you looking at? Up here.
Okay. Now, if you skip the first one, understand I put in the entire gameplay trailer and was silent to it through it so that we could watch it basically together. Because I hate it when I haven't even seen the gameplay trailer, but I go to a content creator's channel, they're like, oh, let's watch the trailer, and then I'm sitting down to watch the trailer with them, and they're constantly pausing it to give their thoughts. And I'm like, I haven't even seen the whole thing, guy. Can we just sit here and watch the thing? Then you can go back and pause it and give your thoughts on it. So that's what I'm doing. For those who by some chance haven't seen it, because I think it's only been out for 3 days at this point. If you haven't seen the My gameplay trailer, then I wanted you to be able to just watch it and see it and thus formulate your own thoughts and what you think is going on. And also, if you may just have not gotten around to it, you saw that the trailer was out, you have other things going on in your life, you hadn't watched it yet, you sat down, you saw my video, and we're like, well, I have a little bit of time to sit down and watch it. That way you could actually watch it without me constantly pausing and giving thoughts and stuff like that before you can even formulate ones in your own head. So now this is going to be the part of the video where I talk about what I like about what's going on. So let's go ahead and get started here. And I like how they put her up against Chun-Li because she's the strongest Shiranui and Chun-Li is the strongest woman. They seem to like to do things like that. So the first thing that pops out to me, and the more I see it, the more she looks like she's gonna be a very fast character. Probably on the same probably somewhere around Kimberly's movement speed. Of course, without the level 3 buff that Kimberly gets, but she looks like she's gonna be a fast character. Yeah, the throw, the taunt.
You shouldn't keep a girl waiting.
And I want to point out, she just looks better than Terry. Ever since Terry has come out, I've been like, his model looks weird. He looks like he's too skinny. He looks like his arms and his legs. He looks like a goddamn eldritch horror. Everybody like really likes Terry. They love it. He looks weird. He looks deformed. But Mai's model looks great. She actually looks like a person in the game. Now, she doesn't look like she's a Street Fighter character in a Street Fighter game. She does look like she's a KOF character in a Street Fighter game. But her limbs don't look too long. She doesn't look emaciated, like she hasn't eaten in like 3 weeks. You know, her model looks really good. It's like Terry was a test model and then they got everything right with Mai. She's fully she's appropriately proportioned and everything. So she just looks better.
Really now? You shouldn't keep a girl waiting.
Fast projectile. She has projectiles, bouncing projectiles. This looks, depending on the frame data or what's going on here, this looks nuts to me. Because whenever you have a character that can do one move, especially one that it's hard to punish them for, and it locks you down, that's strong and cheap. And cheap things are always strong. And yeah, and then it comes back. So it bounced on the hit, and later on you'll see that it also bounced sometime depending on it. So she's got some aerial movement as well because this is a dive. Now I don't know if this is like Kimberly's run move because that might be what it is because she's kicking off of Chun-Li. So it's very possible this is like Kimberly's run move where she kicks off you and then she gets options in the air. But she has that. On top of projectiles. Alright, and she has this, I'm not sure. It reminds me of Aki's Venom Lash, right? It's like a mid-range control tool. I doubt you will be using it in neutral like this. But that's what this reminds me of. Yeah, and then so this I assume is her light projectile. She had enough recovery. She had so short a recovery. She jumped up and air grabbed. Oh, and by the way, Mai has an air grab. Oh, and she has Bison and Terry's kick. She has Bison and Terry's neutral, keep your ass right here kick. That's only -3 with Bison and is no, yeah, -3 on Bison and -2 on Terry. She has they gave her her neutral they gave her their neutral medium kick. And it recovers really fast because she had enough time to DP this Chun-Li Shushanshu. And I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Don't sue me. I know I'm not pronouncing it right. But she, like, Chun-Li blocks it, goes into that move, and she recovers fast enough to get her to just get a normal DP out. And a normal DP can be stuffed if it doesn't come out fast enough. Like if Chun-Li's move had been active soon enough, it would have stuffed it because normal DPs aren't air invincible until a certain point. I forget the exact frame data. So that's like I doubt this situation. Most people will not be reacting like this. So I doubt this will be a big deal, but she still has it. And even if it only comes up once in a blue moon, she has it for that once in a blue moon possibility. And that's good. So, and I assume this is her level 1. So I'm assuming this is level 1. And this is what I also noticed. So off her level 1, she seems to get a buff. She gets a fiery wreath. So before level 1, nothing there. Level 1's, and it gives her a buff that sits around her shoulders. And then it affects her projectiles. And it seems to make them stronger. So it didn't trade with Chun-Li's projectile, it went through it. So that buff makes her makes possibly all of her projectiles double hitters. That's nuts. Especially if she gets the buff off of just her level 1. And most likely she'll get it from her level 2 and her level 3 as well. That's kinda nuts. And they keep the bounce property. So Chun-Li blocked, so it blocked here, and I talked about this earlier. It blocked it and it came back around. It bounced off her block and then came back. That's nuts. Imagine that shit in corner situations. And you could be like, well, you can drop, man, it's just pixelating the shit. And you could be like, well, you can drive reversal, you can ODDP, or you can invincible level 2 or invincible level 3. Yes, you can do all those things. And Mai can pause and not do this. And so if you do any of those things, she can block and punish you. She can wait for it to come back in, and you can be like, well, after the block, so you can do it right before the fan would hit you and you would need to block, or you could do it off block with drive reversal, but Mai can bait you. Or she can just jump over you. Or she could just throw another one. She could just stop and throw another one outside of range. Now, some level 3s have a lot of range, so she may not do that if she sees you doing that, but she has the option of baiting you out really hard with that. If you do it in the gap, same situation. If you do it as it comes back in, same situation. She can kind of see how you're going. Like, this tool is really good for sussing out how your opponent likes to deal with pressure. Because it's pressure in and of itself. And it's actually it also travels fairly high. So jumping over it, while it won't be impossible and probably will be just as easy as any other projectile, you might have to jump a little early or a little later to make sure you clear it and can go over it. So just like ground fireballs or slow moving fireballs, it's kind of like Aki's fireball, where because Aki's fireball is so slow, it kind of fucks with your perception of when you need to jump. And she can just get full, like, damage combo out of this. Like, jeez. And look, I assume that was her level 2 she just did there. So she still has, she either reapplied the buff or refreshed it. So she still has it now. Now, it is also possible that it just hasn't run out yet. You know, we don't know, like, I don't know from the gameplay trailer how long it lasts. So. Yeah, see, that's just so. Also, something I think I just noticed. Hold on a second here. Okay, no, she overheaded, and then the projectile hit him, and or see, that's what I'm talking about. That's so insane. Like, you're basically forced to drive reversal or OD reversal. Because if you don't, you're most likely gonna get hit. She reminds me a lot of Rashid. Because with Rashid, it was like, man, there's something missing with him, and not with his kit. I understand he's like #1 character in the game right now, as far as everybody is concerned. But I liked everything that was going on with Rashid. But when I was playing him, it just felt like something was missing for me. For me personally, it felt like something was missing with him. And it feels like maybe just from watching this, I kind of get the impression that they may have given it to Mai. Yep, and she did a double one there. So maybe that was her heavy when it's powered up, because she got 2 here. And they look like they had 2 different trajectories? Like, let's go back and take a look at that, because that looked like 2 different trajectories. She did that one, and she overheaded. I'm assuming that is her overhead, because he was crouch blocking. So unless he may have opened up, but I'm assuming overhead. And then, okay, so that's her OD. That's her OD fireball. Okay. Let's see. Did she already have the fire buff when she came out? Yeah, they show her already having the fire buff. Yep, they show her already having the fire buff. She OD'd, then she OD'd again, which gave her the 2. So one bounced and one just went straight when she OD'd. And she basically just wins Fireball Wars. She OD'd again to do it. Yeah. So her OD just, it looked like it ate Ryu's. And that's his empowered one, too. That's his Shogeki. I believe it's named Shogeki, but that's his Shogeki. Yeah, and then it just ate his second Hadouken. It just fucking ate it. And then gave her a combo for it. And then she just refreshed her buff. Now, what I have not seen, I don't think, this is something I don't think I've seen yet. Or haven't noticed. Maybe I saw it and didn't recognize it, and I'm going to go back in. So maybe that was it right there? I don't know. So she did. So if that's her crouching medium, because I was going to say what I haven't noticed with Mai, she doesn't have crouching medium drive rush. That might be it right there. Because, let's see. Why don't I just slow it down? Where are we at? Playback speed. Let's slow it down a little bit. So this could be her, if this is her crouching medium, she has crouching medium drive rush. Yeah, if that's her crouching medium, she has crouching medium drive rush. Which, like, we all know how powerful crouching medium drive rush is. So this, I am not sure. I wish I had more to say about this, but I'm honestly not sure. So we do this. She hits him in the air. She dives. She goes into an OD move. Not sure which OD move. But it launches him back up. She does a quick light in the air, ODs again to dive again, and then goes into either a aerial version, I assume an aerial version of her level 2, because it basically looks the same on the ground. So I'm assuming it's just the aerial version of her level 2. I don't know how practical that combo was. And her level 3 isn't flashy, but it's nice. Like, you know, it's not like, that's one of the things about Mortal Kombat when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, is that they went for flashy instead of like practical. And it feels like Mai's level 3 is less flashy and more practical, which makes it really good, if that makes sense. Like, all MK1's fatalities were just spectacle, and they had no substance. They were just gore and all. They were just gore and like flesh and all the other. They were just gore for gore's sake. They had no substance to them. They were just spectacle. But this, like, it's nice, it's simple, it's clean, and it makes sense for the kind of character she is. Like, that's the one thing that turned me off of Mortal Kombat 1 when it was coming out and they started showing the fatalities. The fatalities no longer felt like they had substance, and it didn't feel like they were tailored for the characters' personalities. Everybody was just, I need to create as much gore and body horror as possible in my fatality. But no, this from what I know of Mai, this level 3 makes absolute sense for her. It's elegant, is what I guess I want to say. It's elegant and it fits her well. And the floating like a butterfly, singing like a bee, I mean. Yeah, of course they did.
Hey, what are you looking at? Up here.
But yeah, I gotta say,
You looking at?
yeah, she looks good. She looks really good. Like, I'm surprised by my reaction to this character. I didn't think I would give even the slightest bit of a fuck about Mai. But here she is, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This looks fun. And she looks like she'll be really good. Now, once again, this is all on paper until we actually get practical use with her, because it's very possible she can come out and be the worst character in the game because of how they built her. But I don't know, this all looks really good. So Corrigan, you may have gotten your character. You like, they may have done right by you. I ain't even gonna lie. It looks like they may have done right by you, and I hope they did. Because if she's as fun and her kit, if she's as fun as she looks and her kit is as interesting as it looks, I'm more than happy to pick her up and check her out and see what's going on. I mean, it'll be a rental. I'll just use one of the rental things at first just so I can play around with her and see if I like her. But yeah, if she's as fun and interesting as she looks in this gameplay trailer, I'm more than willing to check this out. Yeah, I'm more than willing to pick her up and play her. She seems nice. Well, anyway, that's the end of my thoughts. And I don't think I have anything to follow up with on that. And I'm sorry if you've gotten this far in the video. Sorry I haven't had videos up in the past couple of days. I've been exhausted. My work week was just, I was pretty much dead on my feet. So I've just been exhausted, and I had the batch of videos I had set up for the days that videos are missing. Those were the ones that messed up, the audio messed up, and so I just decided to not go through all the time and effort to fix them, basically, because some of them had no audio at all, pure silence, nothing, no voice, no music, no nothing, silence. And I was like, well, I could go in and I could do something to fix them, pretty them up or whatever, but that's more effort than I think what it would be worth. So I kept them, and I'll probably do like a lost videos thing, as I was saying in one of my posts. I'll probably do like a lost videos thing with them. But I'm doing a new batch of videos so I can get those up and running, and hopefully those will be up and running with one will hopefully be up and running, coming out with this gameplay trailer reaction, and then for the rest of the week and so on and so forth. Um, so, but yeah, I think that is all the thoughts I have about the trailer currently. Nothing else is really popping up in my mind, really. So, I'm the only other thing is I glanced at an article that says she's supposed to be releasing February 5th. I have not seen anything that corroborates that. Maybe I have missed it. I could have. Um, but yeah, I randomly saw an article saying that she was supposed to drop February 5th. I didn't pay any attention to it. It didn't look like it came from any official source. It might have just been somebody speculating. But anyway, I've talked enough. Thank you guys for watching the video. Continue to take care of yourselves out there. I hope to see you in the next one. Later.